A huge severe weather event is coming to the United States, and this is going to last for an entire week. Over the next 3 days, we will see significant severe weather across the Central Plains, with multiple supercells and squall lines expected, which will bring damaging winds, very large hail, and a few tornadoes. Then on Friday, a sneaky tornado threat will impact parts of the Midwest and Ohio Valley. This is the same area that was just targeted by a surprise tornado outbreak a couple of days ago. And by the weekend, our severe weather pattern is going to get far more active, as an unusual jet stream will bring multiple days of severe weather outbreaks to the Great Plains and Midwest. This forecast is more loaded than the Seahawks Super Bowl roster, so let's get right into the forecast. And we do have a lot of big updates in today's forecast, and we are going to jump right into the severe weather potential for today. And we now have a level 3 enhanced risk of severe weather in place for parts of Wyoming, Colorado, and Nebraska. I actually think the higher end severe weather potential, or at least the higher ceiling though, is going to be over in Oklahoma and Texas. We could have a few rogue supercells later today capable of all hazards of severe weather, including the risk of tornadoes. We'll talk more about that here in a second. We also have a slight risk of severe weather for those along the East Coast in Norfolk and Richmond. There is a slight risk for Wichita, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Amarillo, and then a giant level 1 risk of severe weather from northern Minnesota back into Dallas, Texas, where all hazards of severe weather will be possible today. The main risk will be damaging winds, which if you live in the Central Plains, we could have a line of thunderstorms develop later today. And if that does happen, we'll be talking about significant damaging winds. This is almost the same risk of severe weather that we just had a couple of days ago when we did have a derecho in Oklahoma. Believe it or not, guys, that was classified as a derecho just a couple of days ago while we had the tornado outbreak happening in the Midwest. There's also risk of very large hail. If you live near Denver, Fort Collins, or Colorado Springs, you need to protect your vehicle because baseball to teacup sized hail will be possible this afternoon and evening, and there will be a risk of tornadoes. I do not agree with this tornado threat, by the way. I do think we need a 2%, maybe even a 5% tornado risk to encompass areas from the Red River Valley back into Amarillo. I honestly think we could have a supercell that is really significant back over in the Oklahoma Panhandle, depending on how things evolve later today. So if you live even in these areas, anticipate an upgrade, at least to some tornado threat today. I definitely think a strong tornado cannot be ruled out as well. Otherwise, isolated tornadoes are possible in Colorado, Wyoming, and Nebraska, and a low-end tornado threat for those right along the immediate East Coast. And Wednesday is almost a carbon copy of what is happening today. Instead, though, we do not have an enhanced risk right now. We do have a slight risk of severe weather, which includes many areas in the high plains and a giant level 1 marginal threat that goes from central Wyoming into Jackson, Mississippi. But there is also a marginal threat of severe weather for our friends over in central and southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois. All hazards of severe weather are once again possible tomorrow, with damaging wind gusts being the greatest concern. Some large to very large hail is possible if you live near Denver or Colorado Springs. But look at this, guys. We have a tornado threat in place if you live in Wisconsin near Milwaukee, back into northern Illinois, and a 2% tornado risk for those in Denver and into southeastern Wyoming near Cheyenne. We might be going live later today. We might even be going live tomorrow, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel and click the bell icon so you're notified with the latest updates. And then on Thursday, our threat of severe weather will continue across the Central Plains. We have another level 2 risk of severe weather for Wichita and Springfield,